good morning and welcome back to my magical world. It's me, Frostbite Goddess, your favorite celebrity here in the Philippines. It's 11:11 in the morning right now. Today is April 13th, 2025. So thank God it's Friday. How are you guys? It's the heat. The heat is igniting all my passion back. Mainit lang talaga guys. Like, let's finish our unfinished business. I'm going to read 205 and 206 of the book Mastery. So listen up. Tapusin lang natin uh, yung binabasa natin kahapon. Although it involves much pain, the pleasure that comes from overall process of creativity is of an intensity that makes us want to repeat it. That is why creative people return again and again to such endeavors, despite all of the anxiety and doubt they stir up. It is nature's way of rewarding us for the effort. If we had no such rewards, people would not engage in such activity and mankind would suffer irreparably from this loss. This pleasure will be a reward as well, to whatever degree you pursue the process. Okay? We have a new topic. This is strategies for the creative active phase. Okay? So don't think about why you question. Simply don't stop questioning. Don't worry about what you can't answer and don't try to explain what you can't know. Curiosity is its own reason. Aren't you in awe when you contemplate the mystery of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure behind reality? Think about it, guys. About sooner or later, you're going to question everything. And I remember from a very young age, I've been questioning a lot of things, and um, they don't give me satisfactory answer. So the mystery of this world continues, diba? So sometimes really, I don't know why you don't believe in magic. Because for me, magic happens every day. Like, the mystery of this world is so fascinating, diba? You just have to find it, to seek it, to know that it's there, and for you to realize that it happens on a daily basis. Okay? So, depende talaga yan sa inyong perspective and how you see your version of reality. Kasi iba-iba naman tayo, di ba? And this is the miracle of the human mind. To use its constructions, concepts, and formulas as tools to explain what man sees, feels, and touches. Try to comprehend a little more each day. Have holy curiosity. So that was from Albert Einstein. Okay. So, as future masters emerge from their apprenticeships, they all face the same dilemma. No one has ever really instructed them about the creative process, and there are no real books or teachers to turn to. Struggling on their own to become more active and imaginative with the knowledge they have gained, they evolve their own process, one that suits their temperament and the field they are working in. And in this creative evolutions, we can detect some basic patterns and lessons for us all. The following stories of 9 masters reveal 9 different strategic approaches to the same goal. The methods that employ may be applied to any field because they are connected to the creative powers of the brain, and we all possess. Try to absorb each one of them, enriching your own knowledge of the process of mastery and widening your creative arsenal. This is the first one, okay? You're gonna love this, guys. You need this. The first one is the authentic voice. So, as a boy growing up in North Carolina, John Coltrane took up music as a kind of hobby. He was an anxious young man who needed an outlet for all of his pent up energy. He started with the alto horn, moved to the clarinet, and finally settled on the alto saxophone. He played for his school band, and those who heard him play back then, he was a completely insignificant member of the group. Then in 1943, his family moved to Philadelphia. One evening shortly after the move, Coltrane happened to catch a performance of the great bebop saxophonist Charlie Parker and was instantly transfixed. He had never heard such playing, had never imagined such possibilities in music. Parker had a way of lilting, singing through his saxophone as if the instrument had melted with his own voice, and in hearing him play it, seemed possible to feel what he was feeling. From that moment on John Coltrane, he was a man possessed. Following Parker's footsteps in his own way would now be his life's task. Okay lang kayo guys. Here. You need to be okay sometimes with being bored, boring. Like, for example, diba? I'm reading, not everything, not all of it is interesting, but for me, everything is interesting. So, you just have to bear with it. Okay, so yan. I want to thank all my consistent viewers, diba? I am so in love with consistency. So, syempre, appreciate all your presence here. Coltrane was not sure how he could reach such heights, but he knew that Parker was an intense student of all types of music and practiced the instrument harder than anyone. This fit in nicely with Coltrane's own inclinations, always being somewhat of a loner. He loved nothing more than to study and expand his knowledge. He started taking theory lessons at a local music school, and he began to practice night and day with such assiduity that his reeds would become red from blood. In the time in between practicing, he went to the public library and listened to classical music, hungry to absorb every conceivable harmonic possibility. He practiced scales like a fiend, driving his family insane. He took scale book exercises designed for the piano and used them for the saxophone. Going through all of the keys and Western music, he began to get gigs in bands in Philadelphia, getting his first real break in Dizzy Gillespie's orchestra. Hindi ko sure. Hindi ko alam kung ano tayo pronounce. I think this is an old orchestra. Gillespie or Gillespie's, I don't know, Gillespie, made him change as the tenor sax to get more of the Charlie Parker sound, and within a few months, Coltrane had mastered the new instrument through endless hours of practice. Amazing, diba? When they say, not, I mean, ano yung sinasabi nila yung nothing is perfect. But when you think about it, there are like perfect things, like perfect harmonious of singing in an orchestra, diba? Perfect voice. There are things, guys, that are perfect, but it takes time. It needs mastery. Okay, so hindi siya one day. Hindi siya. It doesn't. You don't get it overnight. You don't get an overnight success, diba? It takes practice and precision. Over the next 5 years, Coltrane would bounce around from one band to another, each with its different style and repertoire of songs. This wandering existence suited him well. He felt as if he needed to internalize every conceivable style of music, but this also caused him some problems. When it came time for him to perform a solo, he was quite awkward and halting. He had an unusual sense of rhythm, a hopping and skipping style that was peculiar to him and not quite right for the bands he was playing for. Feeling self-conscious when it came time for a solo, he would resort to imitating someone else's way of playing. Every few months, he would suddenly experiment with a new sound that he had heard. To some, it seemed like young Coltrane had gotten lost in all of his studying and roaming about. So, hindi pa tapos, guys. Let's continue this some other time, maybe later or tomorrow. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. Today is a sunny day, and I think we're gonna watch some it's Friday, right? I think it's, let me check, wait lang. So today is Good Friday, diba? So there are events that you can attend today, diba? So I hope you will have a safe and paano ba? Because it's Holy Week, magnilay-nilay tayo. I'm gonna see you again. Take care.